Hey friends, so it's been a while, right? My last video was I cut my hair, I shaved because of my military reservist, which I have to do roughly every other year or so, every year or so. It shouldn't be, I feel like it shouldn't be annual, but it depends on the unit, and my unit seems intent on calling us back every single year. And I should have maybe 3 more cycles to go, and then I can let my hair grow out and be the way I feel I'm supposed to be. But I guess in the meantime, it's interesting to periodically get this refresh. And yeah, my nose is still, the skin on my nose is still, I don't know if it's like sunburnt or something, but it's kind of weird and kind of gross or strange. I don't know if I should get a cream or should just leave it be. Skincare, I should ask some skincare friends. Anyway, that aside, so it's been a week of military reservists, and I think I was kind of looking forward to it in a sense, because it's a break from everyday life. It's a break, it's even vacations can be, if you feel like you're obliged to have fun on your vacation, or you feel like you're obliged to do something meaningful or spend your time, make sure you go and see things, eat things, see people, try things, blah blah blah. It can be hard to rest, right? And yeah, I guess this is going to be a video about rest, which I am not good at, right? And I would like to get better at. And yeah, so military reservists, you're just there. You have some tasks to do, but it's not exactly complicated or whatever. A lot of the time is really just spent sitting around doing nothing, and that's great. You're like, your meals are taken care of, just kind of mediocre meals, but that's fine. You sleep a lot, you get some physical activity, you get some sunlight, you talk to a bunch of guys that you see fairly regularly every other year or so, but you don't really have like an intimate or important relationship with, so you can kind of just not really care. And I think that's just relieving. I feel like when I'm done with military reservists in a couple of years, I might introduce my own sort of pure rest period, which is like designed like that, meaning no work, no important stuff, but also it's not like a holiday, right? I guess, yeah, so this might be the useful distinction between vacation and holiday, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, I was sleeping, right? I was getting as much sleep as I could. And that's not true. I slept really well a couple of times, and I was kind of just spacing out half the time. So I didn't exactly optimize my sleep or whatever, but like, even just after a couple of nights of good sleep and not really thinking about work stuff or like whatever stuff, I was taking selfies every day because I wanted to take a picture of my tattoo with my short hair, because I have a photo from my last reservist where I took a photo with my short hair and my shirtless so that I could draw for my tattoo artist what I wanted. And so my wife suggested that I do a comparison photo, and I did. And I was struck in that comparison photo how good I looked in last year, in the same hair, same face, same everything, and how bad. I mean, I was just tired. And I'm looking at myself in the camera, in the screen, whatever, and I'm still halfway in between. So it's like when I've slept well for like 2 weeks, my face is just more radiant, and like my eyes are open, brighter. There's more life in them. It's more. It's just better. It's just it's all around cool and good. And I have some notes to myself here and there about the importance of sleep. I know sleep is important, but I guess the tricky thing is, it's never the thing that you're thinking about, right? So the tricky thing is that reservist allows me to disconnect. It almost forces me to disconnect, and every time I do it, I think I remind myself, oh, you should disconnect, right? So that you can recover and rest and whatever. And what I'm telling myself now is that I just need to be more aggressive about having boundaries between try and do stuff versus don't bother, and just kind of unplug properly, which I'm very bad at. And as I say this, I find myself thinking, well, I've had this conversation with myself multiple times. I keep telling myself I should rest, I should whatever, and it doesn't seem to be working out. And what always works with the military is that you have no choice, because you're in a context where it's a very strong context. And so maybe the lesson is to be more deliberate about contexts. I think last week I was saying that I got so much more writing done on the train, which then gave me a flashback to when I used to write on the train on the way to work and on the way back, and how funny it is sometimes that it seems like I was writing more volume-wise, not necessarily quality-wise, because I was writing more volume-wise when I had a job than when I didn't, and that doesn't seem to make sense until I think about the fact that I was writing on my commutes, and my commutes really incentivized my writing in a way that sitting at home doesn't. So I guess the lesson for me and what I want to take back from, I was just in San Francisco a few weeks ago in August, and I just had reservists literally immediately after, and this is an opportunity for me, I think, to really rethink my routines and structures. I gotta stop waking up in the morning and just spacing out. I want to start trying to be more deliberate, leaving the house with the intent of doing stuff. I think I should do that more. I'm gonna go on more walks with my wife and stuff like that. As for now, I'm gonna go and get lunch, and then I'm gonna eat, and maybe I'll take a nap. Yeah, I do have some writing I want to do, but I'm not gonna force myself to do it. I'll just see what happens. Hope you guys are well. See you around. Done.